Hello and welcome to DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. He's Corey Mose, I'm Jeff Jones. And Corey, on a night where right here on KVUE, college football fans got to watch Georgia barely squeak by Kentucky, many of us figured some of those first place in the nation votes would be up for grabs. If Texas wanted to stake their claim to those votes, they would have to dominate UTSA on this field, and that's exactly what they did. But there was a bigger story in the game tonight.
Yeah, of course, Jeff. The biggest story for tonight is Quinn Ewers getting hurt, leaving the game, and then not returning to the game. Now, the question is, how long will he be out? We have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. But we won't have to wait and see for these highlights right now. Let's roll it. Of course, we all figured this man would get playing time in the second half, not the second quarter. Early in that period, Quinn Ewers locates Gunnar Helm, who showed off his vertical after hearing the San Antonio Spurs were in attendance. A 49-yard gain, but a monumental loss on that play. Quinn Ewers is seen limping after that throw, then eventually falls to the ground with what we've been told as an oblique strain. On the very next play, Arch Manning didn't skip a beat, finding fellow sophomore DeAndre Moore Jr. for his first touchdown as a Longhorn. Next drive, Arch may be a Manning, but he certainly doesn't move like one. One cut, and the secondary lost him like my keys in the morning. I doubt Arch drives a Hyundai, though. Texas takes care of business against UTSA 49-7, but leaves DKR with a few war wounds. Now, Jeff, of course, they get the dub, but it came at a cost.
Yeah, it did, and we'll get to the serious news, but hey, we can show some love to Hyundai. Now, hey, you got a nice car.
A little Sonata, nothing crazy.
Yeah, all right. I appreciate this shout out to the vehicle. But yeah, the serious news tonight, of course, is quarterback Quinn Ewers did go down, and Corey, we were watching from the press box, and we saw Quinn kind of limping as he was catching up to Gunnar Helm on a long pass play, and we both said, I think Quinn might be hurt. Apparently, the conversation we had in the press box was very similar to the conversation they had on the sidelines. Coach Sark tells us all about the moment he realized his starting quarterback was down.
Probably the biggest thing was because it was so odd. It was a non-contact deal. He made a heck of a beautiful pass to Gunnar Helm, and I think we were all watching Gunnar run down the sidelines and hurdle the guy. Like Gunnar's been playing so good, and all of a sudden it's like he's down or he's limping. And Coach Choice was actually the one who said he thinks Quinn's hurt. So we called a run, and he turned and looked at me right away like he just pointed kind of at his stomach and then took the knee. And so, again, our training staff does a really good job with him, and I think, mentally, because Quinn's been through it, and I think because those other injuries he got with the shoulder were so structural and they were contact type injuries, I think he's probably in a little better spirit, like, hey, okay, this was non-contact. It doesn't feel like it was structural, but we got to do everything in our part to get him as healthy as we can as quickly as possible.
As quickly as possible is the goal. And if you're just wondering what the schedule ahead looks like, now Sark didn't say how long he'd be out, but just for context, what the schedule looks like. UT has Louisiana Monroe next week. They open SEC play against Mississippi State the week after that. Then a bye before their first rivalry game against Oklahoma. Yeah. And if you're wondering about that other big rivalry game, the one against A&M, we still have like 2.5 months for that. So QB1 should be back by then.